I am really bad at directions. So bad that even top-notch navigation apps cannot save me from complete and utter disaster. I find myself continually frustrated because these apps are not as precise as I need them to be. While the warning feature of 200 meters may be fine for everyone else, unless you'd like to witness an accident, I need at least 700 meters of warning before making a turn, especially a sudden left turn, like my diagnosis of Crohn's disease. It often feels like my gut is twisting inside out, like I'm drowning in spit, waiting to vomit, but the trapdoor in my throat will never open. Like the fighter pilot in my stomach has decided to do an air show, and no one can see that I'm in pain except for me. With 25% of the millennial generation suffering from 2 or more chronic illnesses, my story is not unique. But what is unique is what I've done to find success since my diagnosis. Following other people's maps is just something I was never really meant to do. When you think of the best way to get from point A to point B, it's often a straight line. We're told that success starts with graduating high school and ends with a white picket fence, 2.4 kids, and a partner of the opposite sex. But what I want to tell you is that the world offers us one narrative, one pathway to success that I would have most definitely failed had I have tried to follow it. Further, even if I had followed the straight and narrow and became successful in the way that's been sold to us, I might not be happy, and maybe neither would you. Do not be fooled, I'm still sick, and it is still difficult for me to say that I am sick out loud. But now, I have found ways to no longer compare myself to others. Instead, I've decided to learn cartography and draw my own routes to success. Most of the times, my professors, teachers, and employers have been more impressed about my ability to adapt than they are frustrated that I'm not following their routes to success. Sometimes, no matter how hard we try to design our maps perfectly, there will always be potholes, U-turns, obstructions, and even dead ends. I know this because while I was following other people's maps, I tried to drop out of high school more times than not. I failed far too many university courses, and I never really took care of myself. I was 9 years old when I was chosen to be a mediator on the school playground. After a weekend of training in conflict resolution, I was set out on the playground and ready to go. The first time I stopped a bully from picking on another student, I was so proud and excited about my new role. That's when I knew I wanted to stop the world's biggest bullies and become a foreign service agent. But once I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, I needed to draw my map a different color. My treatments require me to be tethered to IV poles every 6 weeks. I need to be near cities with hospitals, and I need a few days off after to recover. Sadly, this isn't a normal work scenario and the type of role I had dreamed of with the Foreign Service. So my direction changed. I thought long and hard about what I wanted and what I needed out of my life. I want a job that challenges me and helps my country. I still need to know where the closest bathrooms are because the fighter pilots in my stomach give air shows daily. Now, I want to work as a strategist with the Department of National Defense, a job that challenges me and helps my country immensely, and a job in a city where I can get treatment and find bathrooms at every corner. I've been able to connect what I want with what I need. While I was following other people's maps, and even before I became good at creating my own maps, I was in and out of hospital constantly. I was on the heaviest of medications to be considered normal, or whatever that looks like. And I almost didn't make it to university. Today, because of my cartography skills, I am no longer on steroids. I went from 10 inches to 6 inches of diseased bowel, and I am 7 years, 8 months surgery-free since my diagnosis. I'm also a published author. I've won national awards in debate, and I run a successful non-for-profit. While you may be impressed by my map, what I want to tell you is to create your own maps, keys, and legends. Because I have planned my own route, and I am ready for detours. I am successful in the areas that I focus on. So what I leave you with is a key question. Why is it that we enforce societal norms on everyone, even when we cannot or do not follow them ourselves? I would tell you that it is because it is easier to follow a predetermined route than to resist others' expectations and follow your own map. But there will always be potholes, obstructions, U-turns, and even dead ends. So learn cartography. Make your own map. Thank you.